Good morning, everybody. This is Christy from the Be the Light YouTube channel. I thank you so much for stopping by, and as always, I send you love. So last night, I saw the infinity sign going from north to south instead of, I guess, the way that we perceive it or see it in modern days, with it going from east and west as we would draw it, perhaps. So it's going up and down, or north and south. I instantly had the understanding of it activating or creating that balance from the heaven to the below, as above and below. And I believe I mentioned something about this in one of my other videos about and I'm trying to look at the same time. It may have been in my energetic update about the Alta Major activation. And that the Alta Major is also considered to be the mouth of God. Now, recently, or for the past few days, I could say 5, but without looking at my own journals, I don't know. So let's just leave it at that. I have been having the sense of needing to cough, almost to the point of being, I guess, compared to a smoker's cough. And I'm having that need to do it at this very moment, and I'm going to try my best not to do it while I'm making this video. It's very raspy and very deep and very intense, very inner. This is it still expanding. This is the energy, the life force energy that is still escaping out of us. I was also laying there last night, and I felt this, I want to say, tightness. The need to stretch out my neck on the right side. And I instantly thought about the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is very important in our health, in our life itself. It is our fight or flight response system. If it is not healthy or being obstructed, you will run, kind of. And so what this is telling me about all of this is that, also because it ties into the Sri Yantra, which has the flower of life within it. You can build your Merkaba from within it. The tree of life is within it. And this makes up that golden mean. Phi, the golden ratio. It is the balancing of everything. And this morning I was guided to, because of my research on, I knew about this activation and I have it still saved, but I wanted to really give you more information, so I always do more research prior to making these videos. But there's the Gospel of Thomas, which, if I am correct, has been taken out of the Bible. I'm trying to find it here. bottom line here, basically what they're saying, they're having a discussion here. And they're asking Jesus, when will the kingdom come? And Jesus first responded and said that if you be like children, you can enter the kingdom. And I have used that term, be like children, in a lot of my expressions sometimes. And I basically used it as in the concept of being innocent, of being open-minded, of dreaming of possibilities, of learning to let go, things like that, until this very moment of true clarity. And of course, it makes sense, and now I think I understood that as well, but I've never actually spoken it. So Jesus replied and said, when you make the two one, and when you make the inside like the outside, and the outside like the inside, and the above like the below, and when you make the male and the female one and the same, so that the male not be male, nor the female female. And when you fashion eyes in the place of an eye, and in a hand in the place of a hand, and a foot in the place of a foot, and a likeness in the place of a likeness, then will you enter the kingdom. It's amazing how things have been erased from the Bible. Early on in my process, God guided me to my higher self, my family, has guided me to the Bible, but specifically ones that have been erased from the Bible. And first of all, my question was why? Why have they been, not for God, why have they been erased? Why have they been taken away? It's like there's a secret within it that they didn't want us to know about. And I did lots and lots of research about that, and that's exactly what some scholars were saying, that there are hidden secrets within the Bible that have been taken out, that there was no way for them to rewrite the whole portion of it to make it make sense to you without giving you the secret. So when you have the golden mean, the golden ratio, when you have created balance within, you know, the golden ratio is that swirl kind of a thing that looks like everything. It's in everything. It creates everything from creation itself, the womb. And there's the womb of the human being and the womb of all. And so when you have that, you have merged masculine and feminine energies together. You have merged the above with the below. And you have balance. From left side to right side, above and below. And in actuality, when I am saying that, we're creating a cross within our human body. And we are creating flow, the infinity sign. And so seeing the infinity sign last night going up and down, which I saw within a reflection of a mirror, but I didn't see myself. I was the infinity sign now. Sorry, it's kind of hitting me now. To be infinite regardless of the spiritual concept of what I'm trying to express to you, is to know your source, is to know your connection with the universe and with God. So that's what the golden ratio means from the Bible. And to have the infinity sign means that we have activated the crown. And I'm trying to get back to, it is the crown, the Alta Major, or the mouth of God, your root, and then the center, which is your heart, the sacred heart, the thymus, or we have an energetic center. The thymus is actually there, our thymus gland. And this is the heart that was snapped in, that I made 2 days ago, I believe, where I saw that we were being connected and snapped with that new energetic heart, which had 3 chambers to it, which I told you back in, I think in June or July, about the threefold flame heart. That's why it was shown in a 3, if you looked at a paw print of an animal, and I'm trying to find something in my mind that can describe it. A paw print, of course, with only 3 of their paws expressing there. But how it's rounded in that type of way with no claws, of course. That is what I was shown, and it was being snapped in the center. This is what I'm talking about. And now I'm trying to get back to, so you're activating all of that, but of course there's a lot of activations within this divine activation, because in order to be here, we had to activate the third eye must be open, the pituitary, the fourth eye must be open, the pineal gland, and you have connected the medulla oblongata, excuse me. The importance of the medulla and pineal activation is because the medulla oblongata awakens your vagus nerve. A healthy or activated medulla oblongata, that it has received light, received sources of energy within it, activates more of the pineal gland, activates parts of your brain, the left and the right side of your brain, ignites the light within and connects more of that dot, those dots that I'm talking about all the time. And the vagus nerve is now receiving more of that prana, life force, Holy Spirit energy, that fluid that is now going to go and penetrate. And so that sense of tightness yesterday was the understanding and the knowingness that is telling me that we are doing this. Because even yesterday I was given the branch. You know, we are part of what Christ says is that He is the vine and we are the branches. So And when we are now flowing with divine life or light, we are connected, and we are receiving through we have stems and branches that, or energy centers, veins, everything that resembles the vine and branch concept within our brain, as well as within every part of our body that branches out. And when the light is actually flowing through, it actually looks like tree limbs or vines and branches, and it flows. It creates flow. I know I'm getting a little I explain things a little differently than the way that other people kind of do. And I try to give you so much comparison to it, just because I know how I am for myself. I want to know a lot. Because when I want to know, it means I want it badly. And this is one reason why I have gotten where I've gotten quicker. I search, and I search. And even when I have an answer about something, if I know it doesn't give me a complete spark inside, I will search and I will search until something really makes sense to me. I won't accept just one answer until it really, really gets me excited. So that's what I saw, and I hope I have gotten everything together. The vagus nerve, yeah. So I was going to talk more about the importance of the vagus nerve. Bottom line, when you don't have a healthy vagus nerve, and this is where it comes into play with myself, you have chronic illnesses, chronic fatigue, headaches. I have been diagnosed, or in my past was diagnosed with cluster headaches, which are about 10 times more severe than migraines. There are tons of migraines that activate or take place within your brain, in several portions. Breathing disorders such as asthma, heartburn. I have had childhood asthma, which I rarely use my inhaler, if at all, now. And heartburn. I was on heartburn medications for at least 30 years, 20 years or so, and I no longer take anything for that. Constipation or diarrhea, any of the IBS conditions, which I too have suffered from one or the other at one time or another. And so that's why it's important. Without the complete flow of energy through your centers, there's a restriction, which causes complication, the lack of airflow too, through these centers. So by us activating our main chakra system and continuously opening up to the frequency of love, we open up to other gateways. We open up to higher lessons, higher knowledge. We receive pure energy as a result of it. That is our gift. Life is our gift when we choose love. So I hope this resonates with you today. And I had meant to, in yesterday's video, because it was a 9/9 day. We know, or should know, that a 9 represents an ending of the cycle again. So on September the 9th, we had the same ending of a cycle, and something more is about to come. We experienced the closing yesterday, which means a new beginning is about to arrive. I know there's more for me. And upon this infinity sign activation that we have received, it is because we created the golden ratio again. I know I made another video previously about the golden ratio, because we are always learning about something before we actually have that complete activation. If you have something activated, it's because you have actually learned the lessons associated with that activation. Remember that. If it hasn't activated yet, like for instance your pineal gland, I understood the concept of my pineal gland 2 years ago. It's taken me 2 years to get to this point. And so it's learning all of the necessary lessons associated with it. I started at the very bottom and worked my way up to the very top. And I tried to do it in the order that it came to me, instead of making things take place. I allowed the flow of life to get me to where I was supposed to go, because when I was afraid of a lot of things, and I like to do things the hard way, which means it's going to be a slower process. I'm going to start the end at the very bottom and work my way up. I want to know everything in detail from the beginning to the end. But because I was persistent and I continuously searched for answers, my progress has been swift. And so because we activated I received the Sri Yantra symbol with all of this, and now I forget what I was talking about. Oh yes, because when we get towards the end of activating our light body to step into our purpose, you may have already been tapping into still parts of your higher self. And I can't, like parts of what you might be doing, you may have already been given hints. I hope that you are aware of it. If you don't receive inner guidance of knowingness, I hope you're paying attention to your outside, the influences or experiences that are coming towards you. If you receive intuitively, you're probably receiving information about your higher self and what you're going to be doing. I received an address after the Sri Yantra. And that's because when we are towards the end of completion here of our light body to receive our higher self, we are receiving parts of our purpose, of course, and the connection of the buildup of, I guess they may call it your brotherhood or sisterhood, whatever you're comfortable with, of your group of people who are going to eventually come to you somehow in some way and give you assistance. It's your soul's connection here on this earth plane that's going to eventually help you with your purpose, because they're already here serving theirs. Now they feel this connection coming, and you are now it. The address for me and for many are just that, the address of something of where you belong to. You're belonging to a group, a place, a destination. So we have a lot to be grateful for, to feel blessed for, to be excited for. we have the autumn equinox coming up. And this plays and ties in with what we are going through. And I will have to make another video about that. So I'm going to leave it at this. And just know that even though it's getting colder, the days are getting shorter, more can always come in. This is Christy. Much love, health, and healing your way. I am bringing purpose to your life. Take care.